Hello and welcome to, wow, what happened to my voice there? Hello and welcome to an album a day, day 118, going through my vinyl collection, an album or so at a time. Today we're revisiting an artist that we've already talked about. This is her second album, came out in 1989, and I do have a 1989 Atlantic Records copy from Debbie Gibson, Electric Youth. This album I love this. Like, I love the logo of it. I'm not crazy about the picture of her. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It just feels so, hurry up and take the picture. I don't know. There's just something about it that's not right. I mean, she doesn't look bad. It's not a bad picture of her or anything, but just something about it always seemed a little bit, I don't know, just not the best picture of her, I would say. But this album came out right around the time that after we moved to Colorado, we had to go back to Michigan to take care of some stuff. And I remember this cassette had just come out. And so it was one of the things I listened to on our drive from Colorado Springs back to Michigan, which is about 26 hours or so. And so I listened to this many times along with a lot of Deep Purple, a lot of Led Zeppelin, and a lot of Uriah Heep. Good trip driving across Kansas. I think that was 4 days of the 26 hours. At least it felt like it anyway. But this is, like I said, a 1989 pressing from Atlantic. I think I found this on eBay, if I'm not mistaken. The Atlantic logo, which always reminds me of Genesis Abacab, because that was the first album that I got, and for a long time the only one that I had that was on that record label. The back has an even more youthful picture. I mean, at least on this one, she looks a little bit more mature. Here we're going back to, no, I'm really young. And she was. I mean, she was really young when this album came out. I think this is a generic sleeve, but I'm going to double check. Obviously, this was in a bargain bin somewhere because it has the notch on it. And for those of you who aren't familiar with that, I don't know if that's still anything that people do today. It unfortunately devalues albums quite a bit. But what would happen was, like, albums didn't sell, and if the record companies wouldn't take them back for credit, they had to just discount them so that they could get rid of them and make room for new stock, try and make some of their money back. So they would put these in record bins and say, okay, here's the deal. These are on sale. They have a notch on them. So when you bring them up to the counter, they know which ones are on discount. And that's fine. Of course, this got notched as well. So there is a lyric sheet and more pictures of her as a youth. Is that the same picture? Almost the same picture. So we have this and this, which is almost the same, and this, which is almost the same. But we get, of course, all the credits and all the lyrics, which is always nice to have. Although I will say, her vocal style, for the most part, you can tell what she's singing. I mean, she's fairly clear as a vocalist, but every once in a while, there's something that you're like, wait, what was that? Could it have been this or that? So it's always nice to have the lyrics. Then there's the real problem where you hear something wrong and that becomes part of the song, and that is the way the song is. And then when you find out you were wrong and you listen to the song, you still have the old lyrics stuck in your head, and then you have to go look up what were the right lyrics again. I do that so often. What was the one that I just did that with? It wasn't Debbie Gibson. It was, Golden Earring, Twilight Zone. I found out I had the lyrics to the chorus wrong, and so I was listening to it. Great song. I have it, on my phone, and I was listening to it. I'm like, wait a minute, what is he saying there? And turns out I'd been listening to it completely incorrectly for years. So now it's just filtering out the old and putting in the new. But let's get into the tracks after I sneeze here. Okay, or after I don't sneeze. It's a very windy day here, very dusty. Our air quality is very low. So we open with Who Loves You Baby, which is a real, not tempo-wise, but it's a real high-energy song, great vocal song, really kind of a good, another great track to start your day with. Lost in Your Eyes, which was the song that I first heard from her that made me interested in her as an artist, and the reason that I got this cassette in the first place, and eventually, obviously, the album. The albums are harder to find. Like, Out of the Blue and Electric Youth are pretty easy to find. When you get into the next two, they're a little more rare. I think that's when we were starting to get more into CDs, and they weren't pressing as many vinyls. I'd have to double check the years on that. Love in Disguise, good song. Helplessly in Love, okay. Silent Speaks, I've always liked that one. Should Have Been the One, great ending for side one. She is really good at hooks. She comes up with nice melodies, nice vocal melodies, but there's always like a bridge or something that just makes a song magical, and she's really, really good at that. I would say that's one of her biggest strengths as a songwriter. Electric Youth, great anthem. Even as now I'm in my 50s, I can listen to that and go, yeah, I feel young until I try to stand up. No More Rhyme, pretty good song. I really like the mood on that one. Over the Wall, probably my least favorite on the album. Decent song, but it's, her vocals, her choruses and stuff tend to be kind of repetitive, but that one gets kind of old a little bit. We Could Be Together, I like that one. It's good energy. And then Shades of the Past is kind of a weird way to end the album. It's a little bit slower and a little more melancholy. I like the vocal on it. She's got some interesting ways that she sings a line, but it is kind of just like, I don't know, like when it's done, you're like, okay, I don't know what I want to do now. I don't necessarily want to listen to this album again. I don't necessarily want to listen to something else by her. I kind of just feel like I want something different. And that's not how you want to end an album. You want to end an album in a way that it makes you go, I either want to put side A back on or rewind side B, or, if you're on cassette or CD, like backpedal on side B, whatever it's going to be, or listen to something else by the same artist. You don't want it to make you go, yeah, I'm kind of done with her for right now. So yeah, a weird track listing. I probably would have switched Over the Wall and Shades of the Past, or rearranged that somehow. I think Over the Wall probably had a better ending for that purpose. But overall, pretty good album. I think she was really finding her stride. She's still very young, still growing as a songwriter, but there's some really good stuff on here. When we get into her third and fourth album, those are the ones I really love. But I would say, if you're looking for something, youthful, upbeat, emotional, this is a good album for you. So Debbie Gibson, Electric Youth, check it out. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.